I'm Genevieve Taylor and this is Bristol Fire School. So this is the second of 2 steak masterclasses. This one covers the mighty reverse sear, which I think is probably my favourite technique for steak. So you start with a cool fire and then you finish with a brutal, hot, fast fire to get maximum browning. So it's the same goal as the previous film, maximum browning all over without overcooking the inside. You just do it slightly differently. Reverse searing is all about a gentle heat to start with. So to achieve that, we want to shut our air vents down on the top and on the bottom, because less oxygen means a more gentle fire. And also, if we look inside, I've got a tiny little fire lit here. You may not even be able to see it very well. So a smaller amount of charcoal is going to give us a more gentle heat. If you had a lot of charcoal in there, you would struggle to have the temperature down even with your air vents shut. And I'm going to slot them as far from the fire as I can. So it's the same rules as before. This steak has been dry brining in the fridge overnight for that maximum flavour potential from the salt, and also to make it juicier because it relaxes the meat proteins. I'm going to make that video on dry brining because the science of it is really interesting. And it's being cooked straight from the fridge, exactly the same. No need to bring it up to room temperature. What it's doing here is warming itself very gently through to an even temperature from top to bottom. And I'm going to shut that lid down, and what I'm looking for is to get this steak at this low heat to 10 Celsius below the temperature I want to eat it at. So lid down, it's not going to cook with that lid up. So once again, a temperature probe is going to be my friend here. Steak is expensive. There's no guesswork when it comes to steak. If you've got a temperature probe, use it. So if I want to eat it at 52, I would be pulling it off of this warming heat at 42. If I wanted to eat it at 56, which is medium rare, which is how I like ribeye actually, I like ribeye to be cooked a little bit more, then I am going to be pulling it off here at 46 because I want to eat it at 56. So this steak does not look anywhere near ready, but if I stick a temperature probe in it, look, we've got 44 or so there, 41 there, 42 there. So it's definitely ready to come off of that very cool heat. So it's time to slither it onto a plate. And now it's all about getting that fire absolutely raging. So just going to set that to one side. Lid away for this bit. So now it becomes just like cooking the thinner steak. We want a very hot fire, so you just need to reset your situation. So gonna use my chimney starter because it really is the quickest way to get some charcoal raging hot. So now it's time to take it up a gear. We've done the cooking, it's all about the flavour now. So it's the same rules as before. I'm moving it constantly on and off the heat to get maximum browning or Maillard reactions. And I still want to be able to move it off the fire if I need to. So ribeye is more fatty than hanger omelette steak. So you do want to be able to take it off the fire in an instant if it's getting too out of control. So we're going to stick a probe in that. Phenomenal colour coming on here. Okay, 52, 47, so close. That is done. So what we've got is a beautiful piece of ribeye steak there. Look at that beautiful crust on the outside. That is all flavour, that is. I like to serve steak like this, really simply, just with some aged parmesan, grinder pepper, very, very rich aged balsamic, and plenty of extra virgin olive oil. So this is reverse sear. It's about very gentle lid down cooking to start with. That takes discipline because it feels like you're not getting anywhere, but the temperature probe shows you are. That gives you an even heat through from top to bottom. Then lid off. Get that fire so hot, and you want to then just turn, maximum browning, Maillard reactions. And that's it, reverse sear. Probably my favourite steak technique when you've got a thick sharing steak.